So welcome back to my production series, Collect All in Wave. This is part 3 of a 5-part mini-series on writing orchestral music inside the DAW, inside of Ableton. Today I'm going to be showing you how to use reverb automation to add depth, space, motion, all that good stuff to the existing string parts I wrote in the other earlier parts of the series. And we're going to be expanding string parts with some different articulations and MIDI editing tricks. If you want to see the other parts, there's links below in the description. So if you want to go and catch up and see how we got here, you'll be able to do that there. If you want to check out the whole 5-part series totally uninterrupted, there's another link to my Patreon in the description where you can get the whole thing right now. So that being said, let's dive in. I'm hearing a couple ideas next. The thing I'm going to need is let's get a reverb happening that I like. So I'm going to use this FabFilter reverb. Okay. Because I want to start throwing these strings into them. That's going to be in the first send. Let's do -10. Cool. Let's widen this up. I'll make this sound farther away. Get some of the lows out of this. I don't want that building up. I need to bring some of the highs, make it darker a little bit. Cool. Okay. So we have that. And then I want to automate these guys a little bit. They're still coming in kind of hot, a little bit spicier. I'm just going to automate right in here instead of doing it at the clip level. I'm going to use the expression control. This is basically just a volume. Let's bring this down a bit. And then I'm actually going to take the beginnings of these and let's really make them come in from like nothing. Yeah. Great. All right, now I'm going to duplicate this viola part, which is like kind of different than how we would normally do it in orchestra land. And I'm actually, do I want to slide this around? Let me just write a new part, actually. Fuck it. Let's do this instead of duplicating. Let's go to the bottom. That's the bottom C on the viola, open string. And then let's bring this down a little bit. I want some kind of motion happening. So maybe let me just start drawing the notes, and I could set the velocity range in a second. Yeah, something like this. More in this ostinato theme. Maybe put. Cool. Actually, let's do a 4/3 thing. No, this is like too spastic. Let me go back to 4. And then what happens if we make these a little bit more of a bump? This is an idea, a theme. And then, so the next actually take these and change the velocity range so they sound a little bit more convincing. Using minus 10-ish on the range is good. There we go. Yeah, big difference. And then maybe, do we duplicate this? How much time we got? Yeah, we could duplicate. So we're just gonna take this. Switch these around. No. Just sliding some notes around that might make a good melody. This could repeat. Cool. So now it might be the time to duplicate some things. Let's take this, duplicate here and here. Cool, and then this dovetails into this. Okay, and then I'll duplicate it here, and then maybe we stack up a couple copies. Cool. And then here, do we do maybe a second? Let's do a second cello. That could be cool. Let me duplicate that, and just clear all this out, and then take this and copy it down into this new cello. These are all the same articulations, but just let's label them. Spiccato, spiccato, cello, spiccato, cello, spiccato. Yeah, cool. So then these, maybe we select. Cool. Cool, and then now let's take some of these. Let's go. I'm just gonna start moving notes around that are not in the key and see what happens. We need this one and this one. Nope, not good. Let's take all this. Let's go here. So here, here, this. Let's move here. Oh no, no. Let's make it more together. Here, this needs to go. Cool. Let's see this in context. Whoop. Let me see what happens. What if we just do this? This is not. So we are going to have to continue this next time. This video is getting a little long, and in the fourth part of the series, we're going to be focusing exclusively on expanding this spiccato string part to just help it move and become a longer phrase to arrive at the next big downbeat where that timpani hit helps us land. So in the meantime, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that. Leave me a comment below, let me know how I did. And of course, if you want to see the whole series right now, totally uninterrupted, it's available all on my Patreon, which I will link to below. Until next time, have a good week.